Good morning. Happy Saturday. I need to work on that countdown. It seems very mild. But yeah, happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. I think I just took a look too. I was checking to see who else was live this morning. Looks like Cliff is live this morning, coming out right now at 10. So um, took a peek at John's Comics with Friends. He's usually live after 11:30, but I don't think he's live this weekend. So you'll have to kind of find your own stuff this morning. Um, but let's check in with the chat. A few people joined us already. Good to see you guys. Dave, Just Your Average Geeks is here. Good morning. Appreciate you being here. We've got Naman. Good morning. JSS is here. Good morning. Madam, I don't see Madam. I don't see her chat. Mike is here. Good morning. Let me see. I'm using Restream, so I'm still trying to get used to it. Let's see if I change. Does that change? It does. It changes. There we go. I think I like that one better. The text there. But Mike, yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Saturday. I know the weather's still crazy in the Northeast. I spoke to my mom actually yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, it was warm yesterday. It was 30, or a day ago, it was 31 degrees." So I know it's been cold on the Northeast. So hopefully everybody's staying warm. Yeah. So we're starting to warm up finally. It was cool this morning. It was below freezing, but we're going to be back in the 60s by the end of the week. So I'll definitely take that. Taylor's here. Taylor just opened. Well, I don't know if he still got them open. He had commissions opened, and I snatched one of the spots up for commission. So looking forward to getting that. I just picked up a Roscoe original too. So that was just Roscoe just sent that out. Kenneth Birdman is here. Kenneth, are you still? I haven't seen. I know you had your channel going. You kicked off your channel a couple of weeks ago. So let us know if you still got your channel going. Definitely got to head over there and check it out. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see it in Restream. I didn't see Madam's comment. So that makes sense. Yeah, sometimes if you're in early, right, they kind of disappear on us. But yeah. Oh, all right. So Taylor confirmed still got some spots open if you need a commission. I was hoping to grab his original piece from last year's C3 art book, but I forget if that was up, if I missed it, or I forget. But anyway, definitely excited to have that in the works. Coach is here. Good morning, Coach. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, we've got a couple things to get to today. Got some books I want to show you guys. Yeah, Super Bowl weekend, right? The Olympics just kicked off, so a lot of kind of sports stuff, right? Football season wraps up, and then we got 2 weeks of the Olympics. I watched my wife and I watched the opening ceremony. I mean, we always enjoy the Olympics, summer, winter, doesn't really matter, team. And they had a good intro for Team USA. They had Morgan Freeman. No, was it Morgan Freeman? No, not Morgan Freeman. It was Sam Jackson who did like an intro to Team USA to get people hyped up. It was pretty interesting before they walked, out. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, so it would definitely be kind of a big, big sports weekend, Super Bowl, and I know a lot of people that don't even watch football, watch it for the halftime show and the commercials and all that. So let's see. Ken says, yeah, my channel's still going, but I had to wait for my comic books while I ordered them. Let you know. All right, good. Yeah. So definitely head over to Kenneth Bird's channel. He just kicked his channel off recently. So trying to support him when we can. Let's see. Psychedelic, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Dope is here. Dope. And I just found out, I commented on Dope's latest video, and you got to go check it out. A great little community shout out on Dope's channel. But Dope's not coming to Heroes Con this year. I was disappointed. I was hoping to hang out with him again this June. And it looks like we're in that year where we had a bunch of people come last year, first time, and they're not coming back this year, but we've got some new people coming. So it'll be kind of that rotating group of people. So it'll be good to, I was hoping to see some people that we got to meet last year, but we'll have some new people and some old people. So it'll be fun. Mike's passing on all of the sports, I guess this weekend. Yeah, I'm not excited. I don't really, I guess I'm getting old. I'm kind of out of touch. I like my 80s music. I grew up on classic rock. My brothers and sisters, I'm the youngest of 5. So my brothers and sisters were always kind of classic rock fans. So I always grew up around that, listening to what they were listening to. And then my brother, who was closest in age, he got into like in the early 80s into some alternative music like B-52s, that kind of stuff. And I started listening to kind of some alternative music. I became a big U2 fan. And so I'm like out of touch with today's music. I listen to the stuff I grew up on. So I don't even think I know what Bad Bunny's his songs are. So I have no interest in the halftime show at all. So, and I know there was the whole thing with him and the president and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so it'll be fun. We're going over my nephew's house, the family, getting together to watch some of the Super Bowl. We'll probably be done by halftime. Got to go to work Monday morning. That whole work thing throws a monkey wrench into everything. Coach will be at Heroes. Nice. I know JSS has already got his stuff booked. So, chili cook-off. All right, there you go. That sounds like a good time. I had to stop at Costco on the way home yesterday, picked up a couple things, and as I was walking in, there was a woman standing with a big, cart with an 85-inch TV. And so I was like, all right, somebody's getting ready for Super Bowl. But the thing is, my wife works at Costco. They sell a lot of TVs, and then they get a lot of returns the next week, because their return policy is like on electronics that, they'll take them back. And so a lot of people buy TVs just for the Super Bowl and then return them. Like if they want like an extra TV or a big TV. So it's kind of crazy that they, yes, Taylor, kids with, yeah, I guess I'm out of touch, right? I'm set in my ways. I like what I like, and that's what I listen to. We have Sirius XM, so for the cars, and we have we have Alexa, so we play it in the house on Alexa. So we listen to. There's a YouTube channel. My wife and I are big YouTube fans. There's the alternative Alt Nation. So I mean, we basically listen to. There's Alt Nation, which is more the current alternative music, and then they have First Wave, which is the classic, from the '80s, alternative music. So we end up listening to that a lot. So yeah, we're getting old, right? I mean, I don't know. Oh, that's right. I saw something about that. Right, second, Kid Rock is that in Washington with the president or something. I saw something briefly about it, and I was like, "What is going on?" So interesting. It'll be interesting. But yeah, let's see. Definitely got some stuff we want to talk about. So members, let's shout out our channel members. Appreciate everybody who's a channel member. All of our channel members. Cat fan, I hope you're doing well. He's got some stuff going on. Got Terry, Deadman, Comic Cover Show, Kingdom of Nerds, Ralph's Retro Comics, Naman, Comic Bookworm, Scotty Vaughn. Scotty, I don't know where you've been, man, but I hope you're doing well. Still only 35 cents. Matt likes comics, Philtastic Comics and Art, Dave's Ideas and Creations, Mr. Groovy, and Anachronic Comics. Joe, thank you guys for being channel members. I do appreciate that. And we're actually going to do, we're going to kind of get back to doing, we're going to do some giveaways. Get back to doing some giveaways. I was going to do one. I didn't have a chance to set it up, but at the end of the stream, if you leave a comment in the comment section with the hashtag SMCs for Saturday Morning Comics, just SMC, the initials, we'll do a giveaway next week. So wanted to mention that. And I'll pull some books and we'll pull the winner next Saturday. Trev, good morning, Trev. Good to see you. Kid Rock. It's so funny too because, like I said, we were watching the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, and like Snoop Dogg is an NBC commentator now with the Olympics, which is crazy, right? It's just like how Snoop Dogg is now like mainstream, where he's hanging out in Italy with the Olympics, which is just kind of crazy. Kid Rock had 4 new albums, or who had 4 new albums come out last year? Like I said, I don't listen. I haven't listened to like traditional radio. I have the radio like for my alarm in the morning. The radio comes on, that wakes me up, and that's pretty much it. So I haven't listened to like traditional radio in a long time, because between all the different like streaming services and playlists that you can build. So yeah, I'm kind of lost at when new stuff is coming out or what some of the current stuff is too. So yeah, Dope. Yeah, Dope said that. Yeah, he's going to be at Huntsville and Knoxville Comic-Con. I got to check those out and see how far they are from me. I may take a trip. There is April. In April, there's a South Carolina Comic-Con, which is about an hour from me. So we're probably going to go do that. I think Roscoe's going and a few others, so I'm going to hang out with those guys. Bruce is here. Good morning, Bruce. Hope you're doing well. Bruce is always live, doing something or premiering. He's always got something going on. Manny's here. Good morning, Manny. Hope you're doing well. Rich is here. All right, good to see everybody this morning. Rich, hope you're doing well. Yeah, Snoop is funny. He's the best thing, the funniest thing I think I've ever heard Snoop do is when he does like the voiceover for nature videos. Have you ever seen that clip where there's like, it's like a lizard, some snakes are chasing a lizard or an iguana? It's hysterical. That's the funniest thing I think I've ever heard Snoop do. And then his whole team up with Martha Stewart is kind of, it's bizarre. Mr. Groovy, I said Mr. Groovy, Mr. McGroovy. There was a Mr. Groovy. There was a blog that I used to follow. It was a kind of a personal finance thing, and it was Mr. Groovy and Mrs. Groovy. And so I got to remember it's Mr. McGroovy. So, but yeah, let's see. Radio sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it just, once you go to any type of streaming service, right, you can't deal with the commercials. That's what I found. I didn't have the patience for, listening to the advertisements. So I was just like, all right, I'm going with a streaming service. And so we have, like I said, we have Sirius XM in our cars, my wife and I, but I just call them like every so often and threaten to cancel. So I pay like, it's like $10 a month. Or $10 a month? Yeah, I think it's like or maybe a little bit more. Maybe it's $16, like $8 for my car and 8 for my wife's car. So I try not to pay a lot because I'm like, there's so many different other subscription services that you have. Um, so yeah, yeah. I mean, the Snoop Dogg is that you got to catch that clip. Just if you do Snoop Dogg nature video, it'll or animal video, it'll come up. I'm sure. Lyle's here. Good morning, Lyle. Lyle's got a new channel. Definitely go check his channel out. He's got a credible collection showing off some great stuff. Definitely go check that out. Let's see. What else did I? Well, we want to do some shout outs. Yeah, I got a couple things I wanted to shout out. So, talking about Mr. McGroovy, he just interviewed Base Mint Comics. So this is a newer channel to me. Sean runs the channel, Base Mint Comics, and I pulled this up just a little while ago. So he's at 97 subs, and I'll drop this. Let's see, I can drop the link. I'll drop the link in the chat for his channel. Definitely go check him out. Maybe we can make him a couple people who are not subbed can help him hit 100 subs. But really cool. Local Detroit guy. I know Phil and Katie K-pop in the Michigan, Detroit area. So definitely go check out his channel. Mr. McGroovy just did an interview on Wednesday. He premiered it. So you want to go check that out. Just a fun interview. And then check out Sean's channel. Just a great big X-Men fan. He just did a tour of his comic room. That's pretty impressive. Definitely got to go check it out. So that's my first shout out. And then part shout out, part promotion. I'm going to be hanging out with, let's see, there we go. I'm going to be, all right, let's try this again. I'm going to be hanging out with Sector 2815, Paul, and Legion, and Hall Yeah Comics on Wednesday night. Guess That Key. So we're going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern this coming Wednesday. So what's that? The 11th, I think. The 11th? Yes, the 11th on Guess That Key. So always a fun show. And Paul always does a great giveaway. So if you want to check in on the giveaway, and I actually was a winner of a giveaway on Paul's channel not that long ago, and I actually have some of the books I'll show you today. What he gave away, what I won. So yeah, definitely hang out with us Wednesday if you can. Looking forward to that. I think I've been on at least once, maybe twice over on Paul's channel. So Robert's here. Good morning, Robert. Appreciate you being here, my fellow South Carolina brother. Good morning. All right, we're getting Base Mint Comics, and he's got an interesting story about his name as well. So there we go. Dave just said we hit 100. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. No, I mean, I know, Lyle, you've been hanging out with, I've seen you on Alan's channel and a few other channels, Matt's channel. So yeah, it's good to see that you're doing your own thing now and showing off, highlighting your collection. So really, really good to see. And, like you just showed one of the, what was it? The Spider-Man. I actually have one in the background right back there. The little, UK version of the Spider-Man, Spider-Man super stories or super. I should just read it. It's Spider-Man with the superheroes. So he showed one of those books, and I actually just got some in an AOK from AWO Comics. So pretty cool. It's a rabbit hole that I'll probably go down at some point, but I'm trying to complete the things I'm working on now before I take that one on. And speaking of some of our friends from the UK, we've got Terry. Good morning, Terry. Hope you're doing well. Oh, afternoon for you, I'm sure. Let's see. Catching up. 101, all right. 101. Nice. Um, yeah, so let's bring in that other camera and I'll show you. So these were the books that I won on Guess That Key from Paul, a bunch of foil Batman books. So this is Batman number 1, volume 4. This is the current new run of Batman. This is uh, issue 1, volume 4 again. I think this was limited to like 1,000 copies on this. So um, sent the foil facsimile of Batman 635, right? First, I guess this is the first Red Hood. He sent the facsimile of Batman 47. This is like a little foil version going on there. Pretty cool. I think there was another. Yeah, there's another. Mark Spears Monsters. This is one of the blind bag books as well. So pretty cool on that. And then last but not least, another foil. This is Mike. I'm drawing a blank. But foil cover. I think it says it on the back. Let's see. Yeah, Mike Del Mundo. That's why I was. It's a Mike Del Mundo. There we go. You see it. See it right there. Exclusive or blind. I think this was another one of the blind bag books that you could pull. So, but yeah, so that was the giveaway from Guess That Key. So definitely, Paul always does a great giveaway. So, yeah, definitely check that out. Yeah, using some of the community swag. Very nice, and yeah, that'll remind. I'll take a sip of my beverage. But let's see. Let's see. Just yes, I am. It's funny. It seems like I go in. Yeah, I think when you kind of go in cycles where you'll win like multiple things like in a couple week period. So, um, yeah, I've been certainly have been lucky. So, but I think it just like I said, it seems like it comes in waves. Like I'll get hot and win a bunch of stuff in over a couple week period, and then it dies off, and then um, you know then it kind of cycles through. So um, JSS dropping links, yeah, definitely check out AWO if you're not familiar. I've shouted them out before. Yeah, great family channel. Dad and his two sons. He's got a son that's in high school, and then a younger son who I don't think he's even in. He's not even old enough to be in school. So, but he's hanging out with them, collecting comics. Definitely one of my favorite channels to watch. Just a fun channel. So, sub that Basement Comics, very nice. Yeah, pretty cool. He's interesting guy too. He's got a ton of different stories. Like I said, big X-Men, Avengers fan. But yeah, you got to check out his comic room is pretty insane. So very nice. JSS winner. Yeah, I got to get back to doing some regular giveaways. I kind of took a break because um, just between doing giveaways and the CBC awards and all that kind of stuff. So want to get back to trying to find um, some good giveaways to do. But I want to try to do some giveaways that are things that people are want or are interested in. Because I know sometimes you get the giveaways and like the stack of books that I won from Paul from Sector. There are a number of books in here that I'll add to the PC because I'm collecting the current Batman run. So and those two covers I don't have. So that was nice to be able to add those. And I think, like I said, one of them was limited to 1,000 books. So pretty cool to add them. Let's see, let's see. So yeah, we were talking Super Bowl earlier. There's been a lot of So obviously a lot of hype. There's been these teaser trailers that they've sent out for Doomsday, and then there was a rumor that we were going to get a full trailer for Doomsday and Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and now I've heard maybe not. So I don't know. Has anybody heard any different? I mean, I'm looking forward to. I'm trying not to. There's a lot, obviously, a lot of stuff on Instagram and even on YouTube with spoilers. I always try to go into the movies with not watching or reading a lot of that information because I want to go in as unspoiled or unbiased as I can before I go see the movie. But it's hard to, right? But I am definitely want to see the trailer for Spider-Man, like the full trailer. But um, I actually I keep hearing different things. But so I don't know. I would kind of wanted to throw it out there to see if anybody had heard. Are we actually going to get a trailer for any of the Marvel stuff coming up during the Super Bowl? Durs is here. Good morning, Durs. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, he is. And the thing I found too when checking out Based Mint Comics, which JSS dropped the link again, he's got it just yeah, he's got like a system, the way he organizes his books with like appearances of the X-Men. So he collects all the main X-Men series, but he also has all the other like tie-ins and just you got to watch it. I was like, wow, that is a level of collecting and organization I'm not sure I could ever get to. But it was pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, definitely go check him out. And like I said, I first really got introduced to him on Mr. McGroovy's channel, and that long form interview, you kind of get to know him. I always enjoy those long form interviews because you get to know them. Get to know the person a little bit better. Oh damn! All right, so that's what I said. We won't be getting any Marvel trailers. All right, so we'll have to. I think I've seen, and that's even another thing. Like I try not to be spoiled about the commercials for the Super Bowl because I like to enjoy watching it and seeing it for the first time and having that initial reaction. But I know there's a Budweiser one that they kind of showed off that which was pretty cool, and then I know Ring has one. Ring doorbell camera has one that's tied into like for lost dogs, lost pets, which is pretty cool. So I actually did see that one as well. Um, but because my team isn't in the Super Bowl, um, the commercials I like to see what they're doing advertising wise. So spreadsheet, yes. I I used to keep a spreadsheet, but then um, once I started using the CLZ app, it makes life so much easier. Um, because when you're out on the hunt, you can just quickly look at your phone and see whether you need something or what you're looking for. Um, so Marvel did not want to pay. Yeah, well, that's the other thing, right? I don't. I can't even imagine what the cost is. I know, previous years it was like a million, $2 million for a 30-second spot. So certainly get a lot of eyeballs on it. But I mean, I think with Instagram and YouTube and all that, you get plenty of eyeballs in other locations. So I don't know if it's worth dropping um, $2 million on, or I don't even know what the current rate is. It's probably more than that, right? Because Super Bowl is on NBC this year. NBC has the Olympics as well. So I got to believe it's probably 2.5, $3 million for a commercial spot. It's got to be something crazy. Toy Story 5. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah. Yeah, no, definitely I because my time has been a little bit more limited coming into the new year. I've been kind of very busy at work. Um, I haven't been able to watch as much content, so I tend to focus on some of my favorite people and then some new channels to kind of check them out and see what they're about. And um, Basement was definitely one of those channels which kind of grabbed Sean, kind of grabbed my attention just in the uniqueness of his collecting and his setup and all that. So, and then, like I said, a great way to get first introduced to somebody being like a long form interview was pretty cool. So, um, 2.2 million for 2 30-second spots. Yeah. Okay. So it didn't go too much more. I know previous years it's been around, the $2 million mark, but 2.2 million for 230. That's crazy. Ton of eyeballs though, right? You get a ton of people watching the Super Bowl, casual fans, non-football fans just watch the Super Bowl. So I guess it is a good way to get a brand out in front of people. But I mean, at this point, if you're not aware of the superhero movies, I'm not sure a Super Bowl ad and spending that kind of money is going to make you go see a movie. So let's see. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, and two, I I get there are people that I love watching, but some of their content I'm just not interested in. But I tend to one of the main reasons I love Dope's channel so much is one, he's just a great personality. But typically, I'm going to see things on there that I don't collect, and that maybe I'm like some of the pre-code horror stuff and that. And so those are channels that kind of tend to hook me now with limited time to watch, are channels that I maybe I'm going to see something that I haven't seen before, or I'm learning something new about an aspect of the collecting. Um, so yeah, it's so many things pulling at our time, right? Oh, okay. We are going to get the Star Wars trailer. Okay, yeah, Mandalorian. Okay, okay. Minions 3. uh, JSS dropping the link. Yeah, yeah. The Budweiser always has a good, um, usually an always a good showing, right? With some type of, they. I'm an animal guy. I've owned dogs dogs and cats, fish. When my kids were young, we had guinea pigs and rats and all kinds of. We've always had animals, so I'm a sucker for an animal in a commercial, and Budweiser usually pulls on those strings, right? So let's see, what did Mike say? Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, some other movie trailers. Yeah, I was like I said, I am really interested because I've seen some of the set photos for Spider-Man, and I've heard so many different things. Who's going to be in it? Like I said, trying to avoid it. I'm interested to see the first trailer just to kind of see what the storyline is going to be, because there's been so many rumors and so many different things out there. So we'll see. Um, all right, skits, yeah. Like I said, the biggest thing I enjoy watching now is just stuff like I said, I haven't. Um, the Budweiser frogs. um, always enjoy a channel, like I said, that I stuff that I haven't seen before, or books that I haven't seen before. Um, Comic Mike. She showed off some a DC character this past week, and I'd never heard of the character, so it was pretty interesting. All right. So we talked Super Bowl trailers. Let me show off some of the books I picked up this week. Let me bring in the second camera. Put these off to the side. Thank you, Paul. Definitely hang out with us Wednesday night. And so here are the books I picked up this past week. So I saw a few people talking about this in the community, and it was funny. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this up, but I saw it and I flipped through for the art looked really well. Lettering, one of the other things too, the lettering just stood out to me, like easy to read. Um, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna check this out. And I even mentioned my LCS owner when he was checking me out. He was like, wow, he's like, I'm surprised that's been very popular. A lot of people have been picking it up. And I said to him, I said, it kind of gives me, oh, now I'm drawing a blank. Not Twitch, um, Twig. I forgot it when I was in the shop. This kind of gives me Twig vibes. That Twig series that was out about 2 years ago was that Scotty Young. Um, Kind of gives me Twig vibes, like kind of this little strange character, right? He's a half. In this case, he's a half dwarf, half org, dork. So, yeah, and he's like, okay, I can see that. I said, yeah, I know that was, Twig was really popular. A lot of people like that series. And so I was like, let me check it out. And this was an enjoyable read. Art was, like I said, art is really done well, and the like I said, the lettering kind of stood out to me. Like, wow, this is easy to read. So that's always good when you're holding the physical book. Um, let's see. So I don't know if anybody else picked that up or read it this week, but yeah, it's been. No, I don't think it is. Amazing Spider-Man 21. So, spoiler if you've been following along, Spider-Man has been in space, and Norman Osborn has been filling in for Spider-Man on Earth in New York City. But finally, after I don't know how many issues, I forget when that story arc began. Peter is back. He's back from space. So finally, we see. Let's see if I can. I was on the last page here, but he's back. There he is, back from space. So, and I know, looking at some of the FOC type stuff over the next couple months, that there's the next storyline. They're going to obviously wrap this storyline up with Spider-Man being in space and Norman being Spider-Man. But I guess the next kind of story arc is a Carnage, Venom, Mary Jane as Venom storyline. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. That has been, I know I don't care for Mary Jane being, with in the Venom, symbiote and all that. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully this wraps up well. Ultimate Endgame, so the whole Ultimate Universe is kind of coming to an head. They're ending all of the Ultimate, stories. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Black Panther, all of the different Ultimate titles, kind of, and so they're going to have this big event. So the Maker's back in this storyline, Ultimate Endgame, and this was confusing to me. Like, I had to go back and reread pages. It was kind of really, really kind of confusing. So, yeah, I don't know. Batman number 6. So this is, I think, volume 4. Batman. So this has been pretty good. This has been a fun read. I forget now who. Let me see who's doing the artwork, because the artwork has been really, really good. Let's see. Jorge Jimenez is the artist. And yeah, the artwork has been fantastic. This has been a fun read too. Always enjoy a good Batman story, and they're kind of getting back to basics with that Batman storyline. Um, Wolverine 15, I was kind of on the fence about maybe dropping this title, but there's been a storyline with Silver Sable and now Alpha Flight in this one. And this one, it's been pretty good. Um, it piqued my interest again. There it is. There's the preview for some of the upcoming Spider-Man story. We got Venom. You've got Peter, Mary Jane, and Eddie are marked for death. So we'll see where that goes. And then last but not least, I'm reading the only Ultimate stories that I stayed with were Spider-Man, obviously, and Ultimate Wolverine. Am I picking up any? And then just the the Ultimates. So that was I think this ends at issue 15. So, um, corner boxes, yeah, right. No, that's true. I'm just looking at these, right? You've got, I mean, that's a pretty good, almost floating head cover there, right? But yeah, you've got the corner box there, no corner box there, no corner box there. You've got the little image. Yeah. I didn't even until you pointed it out, um I didn't even think of it. Matt, good morning, Matt. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so those are the books I picked up for this week. Got to read them. I've been trying to do that as soon as I pick up the books Wednesday after work, go to the LCS, then I come home and I try to read everything right away so that I don't get behind on my reading. So because I find if I don't read them right away, then the pile grows. So I try to that's right. Yeah. Yeah. You got Puck. Let's see, where is that? There we go. Yeah. So Alpha Flight was kind of introduced at near the end of the issue, so they'll be back next issue as well. Oh, that's not good. But Phil, you got to check out. We mentioned him early, Basement Comics, and he's a Detroit guy. So I don't know if he shops at the same Kroger and Costco as you do, but he is a Detroit guy, Michigan guy. So definitely go check him out. Yeah. Let's see. How do you know? How'd you know it was more than once? Just don't cut the line at Costco or Kroger, and you'll probably avoid being marked. All right. See, I'm getting old. I have to take notes and put them up on the screen so I can remind myself what I want to talk about. But Marvel Team Up, I was going through. I just thought I got my last issue in that I needed based on my CLZ app. And so I'm going through and just organizing. I have Marvel Team Up. So Marvel Team Up is 150 issues. So I have them so they're not crammed into short boxes. I have 2 short boxes. So, roughly 1 through 75 in box 1 and 76 through 150 in box 2. So I was going through, organizing, and I realized I had a book that I had marked in CLZ that I had, but it wasn't in the box. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So I thought I was complete, and now I'm missing 1 issue of Marvel Team Up. So I went to eBay. I found it wasn't a key issue. It was just so I picked it up inexpensively, and it will be here on Monday. So next week, I'm going to show off the whole Marvel Team Up. So Monday, hopefully when I pick up the mail after work, we will have completed the Marvel Team Up run. And I'm going to do a video and kind of show off the run and the book. So, so yeah, that's my update on Marvel Team Up. I picked up 1 or 2 Web of Spider-Man, so I'm like 4 issues away from Web of Spider-Man. So I want to try to find those books in a while, but I looked at my LCS. They didn't have any. there are a few other local ones that I need to go check out to see if they have them. If not, I may go, may go to eBay or my comic shop. And I don't have a bell, so Matt, please ding your bell for my comic shop. I may just pick them up, online. So, but yeah, it feels. I feel so. I'm gonna get those two runs done, Web and Marvel Team Up, probably in the next month or so. Then Spider-Man, Volume 1 of Spider-Man. I'm close on that. And then the other one, the next two I'm working on are Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, Volume 1. I have a lot of issues I need to get there. And then I'm just going to solely focus on Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, which I need to think there's 400 and something issues in that run, Volume 1. I'm about halfway there, but obviously there's some big key books in that run. So, yeah, that's kind of going to be my focus. And then once, when I get all of those runs done, then I'll certainly go back. There are certainly some upgrades in those. Some books are not in the greatest condition, so I definitely probably want to do some upgrades to some of those books in those runs. I have a complete Star Wars run, this Marvel 1977 run, 77, I think 77 or 78. But I have that run done. But there are some books that I could certainly upgrade. So that'll be kind of, once I get all of these runs done, then that'll be kind of the focus of upgrading. So, nice, foreign comics. And then, guess that key. I mentioned that earlier. We're going to be hanging out. I'm hanging out with Paul and Legion Comics, and then our guest, obviously me, and then Hall Yeah Comics, Nate. Wednesday night, we'll be hanging out for Paul's show. So definitely wanted to mention that. And there's Mike, talking about Mike earlier. He was showing off some books this week that a DC character that I had never heard of. So definitely go check out Mike's channel. But yeah, that's kind of what I got for you today. Unless we've got anybody else have anything they want to mention in the chat or shout anything out, but yeah, pretty. That kind of wraps up for me anyway. What do we got going on? Probably no comic book hunting this weekend. I've got I got to do a couple things, some video stuff for this coming week that I want to make. I got some errands I got to run today, so yeah, just kind of, it's going to be a light comic book hunting weekend. But we've got a bunch of local stuff coming up, a bunch of different shows. Charlotte, so Heroes Con does a mini con, which I think is the end of this month. So I might go do that. I'm supposed to meet up with M Press Comics to go do some digging in the next couple of weeks. There's the South Carolina Comic Con in April and Heroes Con in June. So looking forward to that. But yeah. And we have, I don't know about you guys in your like local area, but we seem to have a lot of different shows and little hotel VFW type halls that are popping up. Pretty much almost every weekend there's something going on. So Drew's here. Good morning, Drew. Thanks for popping in. Just about ready to wrap up, but and Drew actually mentioned on one of my latest videos about the Marvel Team Up. He's like, "Are you going to show off the Marvel Team Up?" And I was like, "Yes. Once I get the full collection, and I'm going to show it off." So good idea from Drew. One book to go, Drew. I think it comes in the mail on Monday, so I'll definitely have probably a Marvel Team Up spotlight video probably later next week. So yes. Yeah, good reminder, Mike. Yeah, you guys want a chance to win some books, leave me a comment with the hashtag SMC for Saturday Morning Comics, and then we're going to do the giveaway next weekend. Our live show we'll do the giveaway. I think I had a banner too. Let's see. Did I have Adam's here? Good morning, Adam. And Dope Comics just did a great shout out to Adam. So definitely go check that out. There it is. Is it themes? No, I'm still trying to. There it is. It's under captions. There we go. So Mike had the reminder, but yeah. So just leave me a comment once the video wraps up, and you can leave not in the live comments, but comment of the video for a chance to. And I'll pull some books. We'll show them off next week what we're going to give away, and we'll get the giveaway set up. JSS on top of it, dropping Empress's link. But yeah, hope everybody has a great weekend, staying warm for us the people in the Northeast and the North and Canada and Midwest too. It's been cold. Other than I think the West Coast, it's been cold pretty much everywhere. So hope everybody's staying warm. Hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl tomorrow. Hang out with eat some wings or some my wife's making pork sliders, barbecued pork sliders. So she always she's a good cook. So she takes care of me, as you can tell by how much weight I've gained. No, I will not enter my own contest. I will not. I'm trying to get rid of books. I have like 2 short boxes full of books that are just not for my PC. So I'm trying to clean some space. I will not win my own books. I can guarantee that. But yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. Hope everybody is well. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. We had a bunch of people hanging out, so appreciate everybody being here. And enjoy the Olympics, the Super Bowl, if that's what you're watching. If not, whatever you're doing this weekend, have a great. So far so good. The only thing I noticed with Restream is they don't have a giveaway tool, so that's the one thing I need to figure out, like how to do like a hashtag giveaway. If there's some other way to do that, I haven't looked into that yet, but I need to do that. And I guess How about you? So we got Terry, we got Mr. McGroovy, and even our Canadian friends. How does the Super Bowl? Does the Super Bowl mean that much to you guys? Is it like a big event outside of the United States? Does it get the hype in outside? I know the NFL and football is trying to grow their international audience. So I wonder how it's perceived outside of the United States. So, So, Jason, he got in under the wire. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, let's see. We gotta have a clip or something to play. Yeah, we've got. But yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Stay warm. And we'll definitely see you next Saturday.